welcome to another edition of ACWA Danger Zone TV. I am your host, Steve Miller, and tonight in action, you will see ACWA star Ripper number 2 as he takes on one half of the American Express in Travis Blake, who will be accompanied by Jana. Now, you fans remember last week, the Darkness made their presence known in ACWA when they brutally attacked the ACWA heavyweight champion, the American Rockstar CJ Summers, during an interview I conducted with him. Now, will Billy Lassiter play a role in tonight's match with the Ripper number 2? We'll have to wait and see. Also, we're going to take a look back. We're going to open up the vault here in ACWA and take a look at a match that took place at ACWA Spring Breakout 2003 when Rowdy Bobby Piper took on Roman. Let's go to our first match.
And his opponent, he is being accompanied to the ring by Jana. He is one half of the American Express. He also wearing at 190 pounds. Here's Travis
Okay, fans, we are ready for some great wrestling action as Travis Blake has now made his presence on the ringside. And as you see, Jana is right by his side as he prepares for his matchup with the Ripper number 2. But again, the Ripper number 2 always accompanied by Billy Lassiter. Fans, I know just from the history of these two, with the trouble they've already caused, you know, with the beating that they laid down on CJ Summers, you know Billy Lassiter, he's going to get involved somehow. They always do. They always seem to get involved in each other's matches to help each other win. They always come out on top. Jana will definitely be there for moral support for Travis, but she's definitely no match for Billy Lassiter. And Billy Lassiter will probably he'll use his intimidation on her to get her to back off. And then even if he gets the referee's attention, that's it. As now Ripper number 2 is getting some words of wisdom from Billy Lassiter. Now, the Ripper number 2 does definitely possess a size and strength advantage, and he will use that to come out victorious here, as again, he just shoves Travis Blake right back down to the mat. Travis Blake is just holding his back just a little bit. Now he realizes what a mountain he's going to have to climb to overcome the Ripper number 2. Now, Travis Blake's, as both men, now they lock up in the middle ring. Travis Blake with a go behind into a schoolboy, only gets a 2 count. It's way too early to go for the pinfall in this matchup, but good thinking on Travis Blake's part, as Travis Blake's now, with the backslide, he gets only a 2 count as Ripper number 2 rolls out of that pinning combination. Ripper number 2 is just showing some early signs of frustration here in this matchup, as he seems now to be a little bit confused by the speed and the quickness of Travis Blake, and the fact that Travis is actually going for those pins early, which actually is not a bad idea. Ripper number 2 just comes firing out of the corner with a back elbow, once again knocking Travis Blake down to the mat. As now Jana is at ringside, just consoling Travis Blake, getting his wits about him. But Travis Blake, with a kick to midsection, cinches down on the headlock. Ripper number 2 fires Travis Blake off the ropes, but Travis Blake just bounces right off the Ripper number 2 as the Ripper number 2 knocks him down to the mat. Ripper number 2 once again firing Travis Blake off the ropes. Travis Blake ducks the clothesline, ducks another clothesline. Travis Blake reverses Irish whip into the ropes with a hip toss on the Ripper number 2. So as the Ripper number 2, now he backs off in the corner after that hip toss. once again, I think what Travis Blake is doing, and I think this is very smart on his part, showing his intelligence in the ring, he's using those early pin covers to frustrate the Ripper number 2, and by frustrating him, that's going to get him confused and all out of whack in this matchup, and that's going to give the opportunity for Travis Blake to come out victorious. As now with a couple more arm drags, the Ripper number 2 is outside the ring. He's stalling once again, but now he seems to be stalking Jana as Jana just goes running off because, as you can tell, she's definitely frightened by Ripper number 2. The referee is now counting to 10. That'll force Ripper number 2 to get back in the ring as he quickly gets a word from Billy Lassiter. Now he's back up onto the ring apron. This matchup is going to continue. Travis Blake seems like he's just a little bit annoyed at the fact that the Ripper number 2 seems to be stalling here. And the Ripper number 2, he's intimidating. He's a big guy. He's a strong guy. He should use that to his advantage. As surprisingly, folks, I saw a clean break out of the corner by Ripper number 2. That is definitely a surprise on for everyone. You figure he'd probably rake the eyes or start choking. As now Travis Blake cinches down on the side headlock. Ripper number 2 fires him off the ropes and knocks him down with a hard clothesline. Almost folding Travis Blake up like an accordion. As now Ripper number 2 is taking command in this matchup. Snapping over Travis Blake onto the mat. Comes off the ropes. What a drop kick to the back of the head. What a move on Travis Blake. As he comes out of the corner and drops a thunderous leg drop. But once again, the arrogant cover with the leg just draped across the across the chest is not going to get the job done here. It seems to me that Ripper number 2 once again is just thinking, whatever he does, he drops a leg, that should be it. As he now scoops up Travis Blake, has him hoisted in the air, setting him up for what looks like a powerful body slam in the middle of the ring, once again sending Travis Blake crashing down to the middle of the ring. As now he just throws Travis Blake to the outside of the ring, laying him victim now to Billy Lassiter. As now the Ripper number 2 is distracting the referee, and Billy Lassiter is just attacking Travis Blake on the outside of the ring. Come on, this referee has got to get control of this matchup. I mean, I realize that with Ripper number 2 intimidating Jana, that's going to get the referee's attention, but he's got to keep his eyes peeled in this matchup because he knows Billy Lassiter is out at ringside, and Billy Lassiter is only going to mean bad news for Travis Blake. As now Ripper number 2 goes for the lateral press in the middle of the ring, but only gets a 2 count as Travis Blake shoots that right shoulder off the mat. The Ripper number 2, he hooks him up, looks like he's setting him up for a backbreaker, but again he drops it down and goes down into the cover, but fails to hook the leg once again, giving the opportunity for Travis Blake to get that shoulder off the mat before the 3 count. As now Ripper number 2 once again going for the pin cover, but Travis Blake kicks out. Ripper number 2's taking a little bit too much time, I think, between these moves. He's got to keep on and keep using his side, keep using his strength to his advantage. As now he's choking Travis Blake on the middle rope. The referee's got to break that up. The referee did get to a count of 4 before he gets disqualified. Ripper number 2 did let go. As you fans know, it is a count of 5. Ripper number 2 is getting dangerously close to being disqualified in this matchup. The referee just shows him now that it was, he does have a count of 5. As now Travis Blake is firing off with chops and right hand. But that assault is stopped quickly as Ripper number 2 goes right to the eyes. And now he's once again choking out Travis Blake. This referee has got to stop that. That's a definite disqualification. Even though he's breaking before the count of 5. I mean, if this is constantly going to go on all night during this match, this referee's really got to look into that and end this match early. This is ridiculous. Ripper number 2 fires Travis Blake off the ropes, knocking him down with a back elbow. Travis Blake is just laying there motionless in the middle of the ring as now Ripper number 2 once again throwing Travis Blake to the outside of the ring. And again, he's distracting the referee, giving the opportunity for Billy Lassiter to just beat unmercifully on Travis Blake on the outside of the ring. I mean, this referee, again, I realize with Jana at the ring that's going to get his attention, but he's got to pay more attention to Billy Lassiter as Billy Lassiter's just choking out Travis Blake on the outside of the ring. This is ridiculous. Now Billy Lassiter just rolls him into the ring like he had nothing to do with anything there. Now the Ripper number 2 he's starting to hear it from the fans, but Travis Blake surprises him with a schoolboy, only getting a 2 count. Ripper number 2 does get his shoulder off the mat. Billy Lassiter now complaining to the referee as well. And once again, Ripper number 2 choking Travis Blake on the bottom rope. This referee, he's letting him go with a lot here. That's the third time he's had to break for a choke on the ropes. This referee's really got to look into that. As now he's cinching down on what looks to be like a reverse chin lock, almost a version of a sleeper hold here. And with his weight advantage just leaning on top of Travis Blake, that's only going to spell trouble for this young competitor, as he's not going to be able to fully breathe, and he's going to start losing consciousness. But he fights his way back to his feet. Ripper number 2 just throws him into the turnbuckle, chest first, as he fires him Irish whip out of the corner into the other turnbuckle. So he's setting up for the avalanche, and he crushes him in the corner. Now Travis Blake is in definite danger here. He needs to get to the outside of the ring to regain himself. He is in some serious trouble in this matchup, as now the Ripper number 2 goes for the cover, once again failing to hook the leg. Travis Blake gets that left shoulder off the mat. And now Jana's trying to fire up her man Travis Blake and get the crowd behind this young competitor too. He's going to have to rely on their support and their energy to get back in this matchup. But once again, the referee distracted by Ripper number 2 intimidating Jana, and now Billy Lassiter just working over Travis Blake on the outside of the ring. I don't know how many times this is going to happen. This referee has, he's not doing a good job here. He's got to keep his eyes peeled on Billy Lassiter. He knows if he has his back turned, he should know that Billy Lassiter is going to be up to something. Ripper number 2 is in definite command of this match, and it looks like he was trying to hook him up for a move, but Travis Blake has just been beaten so badly that he just fell right to his stomach on the mat. As now Ripper number 2 trying to hook him up. Travis Blake fights out of it again. Travis Blake with a small package in the middle of the ring, and he only gets a 2 count as Ripper number 2 does get his shoulder off the mat. Travis Blake ducks the clothesline, Ripper number 2. Travis Blake with a drop kick on Ripper number 2, knocking him back into the corner. Travis Blake trying to capitalize on that offense, but Ripper number 2 kicks him in the midsection to stop that flow. And now once again he's hooked. Looks like he's hooking up. Now he has a hoist on the shoulder, but Travis Blake reverses it. He's firing off a couple chops, chop after chop on the chest. Ducks a clothesline from Ripper number 2, and what a crescent kick to the chin of Ripper number 2, knocking him down to the mat. And Travis Blake signals that's the end. But Billy Lassiter getting himself involved, breaks up the count after 2. Now he's even getting the attention of Travis Blake. The referee saw that. He should throw Billy Lassiter out of this matchup. Get him out of the ringside area. He's now Ripper number 2. Hoists Travis Blake in the air, ramming him into the turnbuckle, into a powerful running power slam. That could be it, folks, as Ripper number 2 hooks the leg. And that's it, folks. That is a 3 count. Ripper number 2 defeats Travis Blake, although he did get a lot of help from Billy Lassiter during this match. And there's the official announcement, folks. Ripper number 2, what a tainted victory on his part, as constantly throughout the match, you saw Billy Lassiter get involved, whether he was beating on Travis Blake, choking on Travis Blake. The referee let a lot go in this matchup. He gave a little too much, too many liberties to Ripper number 2. As now Ripper number 2 is just showing that he's the man, that he, no sweat for him. But now they should be leaving the ringside area. I don't know what they're still doing in the ring. Is now it looks like this spells more trouble for Travis Blake, as both men looking now like they're gonna just beat unmercifully on Travis Blake. But he's lying motionless in the ring. He can't even defend himself. Looks like they're gonna hook him up for some sort of double team maneuver. Wait a minute, they're running out of the ring, and there's Shawn Donovan with the chair, chasing him out of the ring. We'll be right back, folks.
Hello, wrestling fans. You're looking at the former ECW champion, ECW tag champion, the chair swinging freak, Balls Mahoney. My past is no concern of you, because if you don't know it, then you don't deserve to be looking at me. The only thing that matters is my future here in ACWA. So everybody, get ready. All you hardcore wannabes, get ready. All you wrestling fans, get ready for some eye-popping, skull-shattering wrestling action. Balls Mahoney, chair swinging freak. Check us out, ACWA. You want to be bad? Come get me.
Hey fans, as you can see, Travis Blake is getting back to his feet thanks to the help of his tag team partner, Shawn Donovan, as he was brutally attacked by Billy Lassiter and Ripper number 2. Shawn Donovan, as you saw before the break, he just couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't stand the sight of seeing his partner getting beat down, but now it looks like a matchup between Shawn Donovan and Billy Lassiter. There's the bell, we're underway as they're just firing off on each other with right hands, right after right. It's not a smart move by Donovan, and he shouldn't be going toe-to-toe with Billy Lassiter. Billy Lassiter does possess that height advantage, a slight weight advantage. But now Shawn Donovan just firing off. He's got that rage inside him, as you can see it in his eyes. Running into the ropes, clotheslining Billy Lassiter into the turnbuckle, grabbing him by the head, attempting a bulldog, but Billy Lassiter does block it, holding onto that middle rope. Now Shawn Donovan just firing off right hands. Billy Lassiter coming back out of the ring, back out of the corner, with clubbing forearms to the back of the neck of Shawn Donovan. Now Billy Lassiter is wearing down with that front face lock on Shawn Donovan. When you control the head, folks, you control the body, and that's only going to wear down Shawn Donovan in this matchup. The referee is now issuing a count because it slipped the arm under her chin, making it a chokehold, and that is illegal. As now Shawn Donovan snapping Billy Lassiter over and dropping the elbow right across the chest. Once again, now he's just dropping the leg across the chest on Billy Lassiter. He goes for the cover, hooks the leg, only gets a 2 count as Billy Lassiter just gets that right shoulder off the mat. And what exciting news, as you heard earlier, folks, Balls Mahoney, as we just heard some words from him, really excited about this. Balls Mahoney going to be making his presence known in the ACWA. We don't know when he'll make his presence known. We don't know when he'll make his first appearance, but Balls Mahoney is on his way to the ACWA. And that's great news for you fans out there. That's great news for us here in the ACWA. As now the action has gone to the outside of the ring. Billy Lassiter just leaving Shawn Donovan on the outside of the ring. And now Ripper number 2 is getting in on the action. Just right hand after right hand after right hand into the midsection, into the head, just beating on Shawn Donovan and rolls him back in the ring before the referee even sees what was going on. I mean, you saw in the matchup with Ripper number 2 and Travis Blake how Billy Lassiter are constantly getting involved in this match. It's only going to be the same with the Ripper number 2 at ringside. As you saw already, he got involved in this matchup. Now Billy Lassiter is firmly in control. What a thunderous slap across the chest. You could hear that ringing all across the place. Now he fires him off the ropes, knocking him down with a thunderous clothesline, almost completely flipping over Shawn Donovan. Now with an arrogant cover, he doesn't even put body on body. He doesn't even hook the leg. Shawn Donovan's able to just simply kick out. Now he's choking. The referee count to 5. Billy Lassiter breaks it just before he gets disqualified. I mean, the referee should have known with the matchup earlier what he was going to see here. As now he's once again choking Shawn Donovan, just on the now Ripper number 2 getting involved. This is ridiculous. They're just taking turns here choking. As now he's just draping Shawn Donovan's neck across the bottom rope, pulling down with all his force and all of his might, just choking out Shawn Donovan. And the referee is doing nothing about it. Why? Because the referee can't see it. Because every time Billy Lassiter distracts the referee, Ripper number 2 is going to take advantage. Whether he just chokes him out, hits him, and does whatever. He's going to inflict any kind of damage possible. It's now Ripper number 2 raking the eyes on Shawn Donovan, knocking once again down to the canvas. He does get a 2 count there, but does fail to hook the leg, giving the opportunity for Shawn Donovan to kick out. As you can tell, Billy Lassiter definitely has that slow, methodical pace to him, just wearing down his opponent. Just throwing Shawn Donovan out to the outside of the ring. And now the referee issuing him a warning about the choking and illegal maneuvers in this matchup. As now Ripper number 2 trying to get involved. Shawn Donovan kicks him in the stomach, but Ripper number 2 just firing off with right hands, smacking him into the ring post on the outside. The referee saw none of this. Shawn Donovan is in some serious trouble, folks. As Ripper number 2 just rolls him back into the ring, and it's almost as if Shawn Donovan's lifeless. As now Billy Lassiter ascends the middle rope, dropping down with an elbow into the sternum. That could be it, folks, as he hooks the near leg, but only gets a 2 count, as Shawn Donovan, being so close to the ropes, just grabs the bottom rope, breaking the referee's 3 count. Once again, just emulating that methodical pace. Billy Lassiter just taking his time, almost picking apart Shawn Donovan. Donovan coming off the rope with a sunset flip onto Billy Lassiter, and he does get Billy Lassiter over, but only gets a 1 count as Billy Lassiter uses his height advantage, just reaching for that bottom rope, breaking the count after 1. Shawn Donovan just out on his feet, and Billy Lassiter knocking him down with a thunderous clothesline. He gets a 2.5 count. Shawn Donovan able to kick out after that thunderous clothesline. Shawn Donovan is still hanging on in this matchup, but he needs to find some kind of move, some type of offense that'll put a stop to this onslaught from Billy Lassiter, giving him time to recover. As now Shawn Donovan starting to mount an offense as he's just laying down the boots on Billy Lassiter. Seems that his focus is working on the left leg and left knee of Billy Lassiter. And that's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to take out one of the wheels on Billy Lassiter and keep him from regaining that vertical base, just working over the leg. And now just ramming his knee into the canvas. This is great psychological wrestling. This is a great move on Shawn Donovan's part. He has to do this. He has to keep Billy Lassiter off his feet. If Billy Lassiter is able to regain that vertical base, that's only going to spell trouble as he's going to use his height and strength advantage there. But now Shawn Donovan just clubbing Billy Lassiter in the head with forearms and right hands. Now as Shawn Donovan ascends the middle rope, going for what looked like a clothesline, but Billy Lassiter catches him with a right hand right into the midsection. And now Shawn Donovan once again is at a disadvantage in this matchup. Billy Lassiter just kicking him in the back of the head as if he's like some piece of trash or something. Billy Lassiter obviously doesn't care about anybody in this ring. He doesn't care about what damage he does even to himself. As long as he inflicts the most pain, the most suffering in his opponent, he seems to be happy with that. As now he seems to taking off a knee pad of some sort. Now the referee's got to watch his. He's got to get that out of the ring. Now he uses that, knocking Shawn Donovan down to the mat, and the referee did absolutely nothing. It's a foreign object. The referee needs to end that match. That should be it. And this referee's letting this match continue, just taking the padding off and throwing it to the outside of the ring. That was a foreign object. This match should be over. This match should be over right here, right now. That was an illegal foreign object that Billy Lassiter used in this matchup, and this referee's letting this match continue. As now the fans on the outside of the ring are getting on Ripper number 2's case, distracting him. That could work in Shawn Donovan's advantage as long as they can keep the Ripper number 2's focus away from this match. And even if Billy Lassiter were to distract the referee, that might give an opportunity for Shawn Donovan to regain himself. As now Billy Lassiter is just wearing down Shawn Donovan, once again choking him as the referee does finally issue almost a 5 count, almost disqualifying Billy Lassiter. Billy Lassiter is just wearing down. I mean, Shawn Donovan, he's almost had, with the exception of the opener of the match when he was firing off those right hands and chops of Billy Lassiter, has virtually had no offense in this matchup. As he ducks the elbow, we have a double clothesline. Both men had the same idea going in off the ropes. Now both men are down on the mat. The referee is now issuing his 10 count. If neither man gets back to his feet after the count of 10, you're going to have a double count out and a draw in this match. But this has to be the only opportunity. This is the best opportunity I've seen so far in this matchup for Shawn Donovan to get back to his feet to regain himself. It looks like Billy Lassiter is getting to his feet first, even though he stumbled a little bit. Both men are back up to their feet. The referee stops his count. But now Shawn Donovan firing off a right hand. And another one. As now Billy Lassiter has not gotten back to his feet. But come on, referee. That was a low blow. You clearly saw that. Billy Lassiter just raising his arm into the lower region. Come on, referee. I mean, the referee saw that. He's standing right in front of me. He hit him with a low blow. This is twice this match should be over. I mean, first Billy Lassiter uses a foreign object. Then he hits Shawn Donovan with a low blow. But now Shawn Donovan fighting out of the corner with a boot to the midsection, ramming Billy Lassiter's head into the turnbuckle. As now he's mounting the middle turnbuckle and just pounding away with right hands to the top of the head of Billy Lassiter as the fans are counting along with him. He's just wearing down Billy Lassiter. Now he's biting him. Biting Billy Lassiter on the forehead. Now the Ripper number 2 is on the ringside area. Shawn Donovan with a chop, but Billy Lassiter fighting out with right hands and forearms. Once again taking the advantage in the matchup. As he's now, once again, he's choking Shawn Donovan in the corner. Come on, referee. The referee does break the chokehold, but now Shawn Donovan regains the advantage in the matchup. Irish whip out of the corner, sending Billy Lassiter into the far corner. Shawn Donovan follows him in with a splash, knocking Billy Lassiter down to the mat. This is his opportunity. He needs to go for the pin, hook the leg, and get the victory over Billy Lassiter. But now Shawn Donovan's making a mistake here, folks. He's taunting the Ripper number 2. He hits him with a right hand, knocking Ripper number 2 down to the mat, down to the ground. That's only going to infuriate Ripper number 2. I think that was a big mistake on Shawn Donovan's part. As now Billy Lassiter, it almost looks like a chokehold, but Shawn Donovan firing at it with a couple elbows to the midsection. He comes off the rope. Ripper number 2 grabbing his ankle, distracting Shawn Donovan. The referee's issuing a warning, but now, once again, Shawn Donovan, this is a mistake on his part. As the Ripper number 2 just snaps his head off the top rope, Billy Lassiter grabbing him by hooking him up, driving his head into the mat with the DDT. This could be it, folks, as he hooks the near leg. And he gets the 3 count, and that's it, folks. Billy Lassiter gets the victory over Shawn Donovan. But again, once again, you see nothing but interference. Ripper number 2 played a part in this match throughout. He took every liberty and every opportunity he had to choke out and to inflict pain on Shawn Donovan, and another tainted victory for the Darkness.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first match of the evening is a one-fall contest with a 20-minute time limit. First, hailing from Glasgow, Scotland, and weighing in at 225 pounds, Rowdy Bobby Piper. Hailing from Manville, New Jersey, and weighing in at 225 pounds, Roman.
Okay, fans, we're opening up the archives here in ACWA. We opened up the vault and uncovered this matchup. This matchup took place back at Spring Breakout 2003. Sharkerville Hills Volunteer Fire Company, that's in New Jersey, when Roman took on Rowdy Bobby Piper. As you can see, Roman accompanied to the ring by his running buddy, his good friend, sure thing, Ryan Wing. For you fans that may not have seen ACW in the past, this was a great match. This was a good matchup back at Spring Breakout. And as you can tell, Roman, does what he normally does. He stalls. He stalls because he feels, the way he looks at the fans, he feels that, the fans just have to respect him as soon as he walks in. And as you can see, he just, he loves to taunt the fans. Because in his mind, he's like a Roman god. Like he calls himself Roman, like a Roman god. He just believes everybody should just bow down to him when he comes to the ringside area. And when he enters into a match, he just feels everybody needs to pay attention to him and not to anybody else. And now, you have sure thing Ryan Wing at ringside. It's only going to spell trouble for Rowdy Bobby Piper.
Roman for any foreign objects. We do want a fair matchup here at the ACWA.
He said ring the bell.
Now this, as the referee does signal for the bell, this matchup is underway. And both men are locking up in the middle of the ring. Roman does have a slight height advantage. They might be a little bit even with the power advantage, but once again, Roman taking the opportunity to pose in the middle of the ring, showing off his physique, showing off that he's the better man in this matchup with Rowdy Bobby Piper. Now, Rowdy Bobby Piper is a bigger man. He does have size to him, but once again, Roman showing his strength, just shoving Rowdy Bobby Piper down to the mat. And look at this arrogance. I mean, the arrogance that he showed back then was just, just as bad, if not, it wasn't as bad back then as it is now. He just seems to have gotten more and more arrogant as time has gone on here in ACWA. He just takes every liberty, whenever he wants to insult whoever he's taking on in the ring. Doesn't matter who he's wrestling. And of course, with his buddy at ringside, that always gives him an advantage in any matchup. As now Rowdy Bobby Piper comes charging off the ropes. Didn't even budge Roman in a shoulder block. Roman tells him, do it again. Once again, we have a stalemate in the middle of the ring. As Roman, once again, being arrogant in this matchup. Rowdy Bobby Piper ducked to clothesline with a dropkick, knocking Roman down to the mat. Once again with another dropkick. Rowdy Bobby Piper showing his agility in this matchup, taking down Roman to the mat with an arm drag. As now Roman seeks refuge outside the ring. Rowdy Bobby Piper is fired up. He's got the fans behind him. He's had the fans behind him during this whole match. As once again, Roman, going back to his tactics of stalling, taking his sweet time to get back in the ring. With his buddy Ryan Wing at ringside, I'm sure Ryan Wing's going to offer some words of encouragement. Now, I stress the words of encouragement, which really means he's probably going to tell him, distract the referee so I can choke him. Because that's the way these two operate. Where there's one, there's always the other. It was no different back then. As now Ryan Wing tried to enter the ring. He's not even in this matchup. This referee needs to keep Ryan Wing out of the ring. I mean, these two, like I said, where there's one, there's another. It doesn't matter who's wrestling, when they're wrestling, where they're wrestling. It just doesn't matter. They're going to help each other out. And that still goes on now in the ACWA. You see those two together all the time. It was no different back then at Spring Breakout. And Rowdy Bobby Piper just awaiting Roman to get back in the ring. And Roman finally gets back into the ring. Feels he's stalled long enough. Thought of a good strategy, probably the choke. And showing that he's favoring the left arm a little bit. Now Rowdy Bobby Piper is now, seems like he's flexing. He's kind of, maybe showing that he's the bigger and better man. Now both men locking up in the middle ring as Roman lifts the knee to the midsection. With a clubbing form to the back of the neck, knocking Rowdy Bobby Piper down to the mat. As now he's just choking Piper out on the middle rope. The referee's got to break that hold. Referee almost issued a 5 count, Roman almost got himself disqualified. And once again, as you see, folks, Ryan Wing getting involved whenever he can. Roman distracts the referee. He takes his opportunity. Gets his liberties, takes his shots on Rowdy Bobby Piper as he just chokes him on the middle rope. Roman does go for the leg, does go for the pin. He hooks the leg kind of late. That gave the opportunity for Rowdy Bobby Piper to get out. He's just firing Piper's head into the turnbuckle. He's firmly in control of the match at this point. With the football shoulder block, again, just laying the shoulder blocks into the midsection. That definitely seems to be the weak point for Piper in this matchup. As now Roman once again distracting the referee, and look who gets himself into the matchup once again. Ryan Wing once again taking his liberties with Piper in the corner. Roman snapping Piper over, now cinching down with the chin lock. He's just going to wear down Piper with this move. Just with his size, with his height, it gives him the ability to lean on Piper, not giving Piper minimal opportunity to get back to his feet. And now Piper will start losing consciousness. These fans are definitely behind Piper. They were definitely behind Piper in this matchup. They definitely just don't like Roman. They don't like the way he acts. And now the fans clapping along, trying to get Piper back to his feet. Piper does get back to his feet, fires off a couple elbows to the midsection. He comes off the ropes, looking to knock down Roman, but Roman lifts the knee to the midsection, sending Piper back down to the mat. Now he hooks the leg, only gets a 2 count as Piper does shoot that shoulder off the mat. Roman once again using, as he does now, he's a very intelligent wrestler. I will give him that. Very intelligent in the ring. He knows what he's doing. He knows when he has a height or size advantage on his opponent. He knows just what to do, whether it's a chin lock or some type of armbar or submission, any kind of a choke in his case, or a front face lock. He knows to lean on his opponent, wearing them down, as he now knocks down Piper with a back elbow, and once again doing what he does best, showing off his physique and being arrogant in any match and any opportunity, just to get on the fans' case. Is now Roman just ascending the middle rope, taking his time. First he had the flex, of course. Looking to drop the elbow on Piper, but Piper lifted the foot up, sending Roman crashing to the mat. This gave the opportunity for Piper to regain himself, give himself a little time to recover. As you can see, Piper's getting back to his feet, but both men are now back on their feet, but Roman's out on his feet. Piper fires off with the right hand, blocks it, fires off with another one. As now he's just firing off with left jab after left jab after left jab, knocking him down with the right hand, sending Roman down to the mat. Roman at this point he's on Dream Street right now. As Piper just lays into him with a headbutt. Now Roman, he's swinging at the air as he just falls over on his face. He is out for the count. Piper went for the cover, only got 2. He did not hook the leg. He needs to hook the leg with Roman. Roman's too good of a competitor. He's too wise of a competitor to know to be able to hold him down without even hooking a leg. That's just basic wrestling right there. But Rowdy Bobby Piper at this point was in control of the match, as you see Roman begging off. But Piper just kicking him into midsection with a chop to the chest. That just rang through the entire building. Fires off with the right hand. And another chop, as you can hear those chops ringing through the firehouse here in Neptune. As he sends Roman off the ropes, nailing him in the midsection. Now Piper, he hooks him into a Russian leg sweep, knocking Roman down to the mat. Now Ryan Wing getting involved just as Piper went for the pin. Again, Ryan Wing getting himself involved in the matchup. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, this happens, and now you have the Orphan coming out of it. What is the Orphan doing? The Orphan comes out to the ring. He's not even involved in this matchup. It looks like he's saying, hey, looks like he wants to help Piper. It looks like he's offering a helping hand. He knocked Piper down to mat. Now Piper's out, and of course the referee saw none of this. Of course, with the help of Ryan, distracting referee, Roman hooked the far leg, and got the victory over Rowdy Bobby Piper that night at Spring Breakout 2003.
And the winner of this matchup is Roman.
Folks, we're back. What I understand is the American Rockstar, CJ Summers, wasn't even scheduled to be here tonight. And Dangerous Dan McGuire comes out here and just challenges him, calling him weak, telling him he should accept the challenge. The ACWA Championship Committee gave CJ Summers the night off to give him the opportunity to heal his injuries, but showing you how much heart and what a true competitor he is, week after week, night after night, wrestling in front of the fans, and week after week he defends the title, showing you what a true competitor he is, accepts the challenge, and now we're going to have ourselves an ACWA Heavyweight Championship match in which Dangerous Dan McGuire is going to challenge the American Rockstar CJ Summers. But once again, Dan McGuire doing what he normally does, stalls. It seems like it seems every time he wrestles, he has a little bit of trouble getting into the ring, like he stumbles over the ropes. So now both men locking up in the middle of the ring, but as you notice, fans, CJ is still suffering from those injuries at the hands of the darkness. As you can see, his ribs are still taped. Dan McGuire, the competitor that he is, that'll have to be his focus in the matchup, to work over the ribs and the back of CJ Summers. As now CJ gains the early advantage, tightening up on the armbar, but Dangerous Dan McGuire raking the eyes, cheating once again. Fires Summers off the rope, but CJ knocks him down with a shoulder block. Dan McGuire with a leapfrog showing, he's a smarter competitor, but CJ taking him down with an arm drag. As now Dangerous Dan McGuire, he seeks refuge outside the ring. Once again stalling, running over chairs and climbing through the crowd. He's taking his time to get back in the ring. The referee now issuing his 10 count. And if McGuire doesn't get back in the ring, he's going to lose his opportunity for his chance to gain, to become the champion. He needs to get back in the ring. As now CJ's getting the fans behind him, you can hear the fans are starting to get on Dan McGuire's case. Now the referee's up to a 7 count. But CJ, interrupted the referee's count as the referee began his 10 count once again, but this time Dan McGuire re-enters the ring. It seems like any time he starts to lose the advantage in the matchup, he'll go to the outside to buy himself time. There's no timeouts in wrestling. Yeah, tremendous wrestling, going in for a side headlock, turning it right into an armbar, cinching down on that left shoulder of Dan McGuire, but Dan McGuire shoving CJ back into the corner, lifting the knee into the midsection, inflicting a little bit more damage on those ribs. As you know, CJ Summers gets fired into the corner. He reverses it with the elbow, taking down Dan McGuire once again with the arm drag. And another one, showing the speed and agility, definitely quickness that the champion possesses. As you notice the placement of the knee, now he's wrenching down on that left shoulder. It seems like it could be the early focus of the champion. Dan McGuire going down to the midsection, once again going to the eyes. There's a shot. He now comes off the ropes, now attacking that lower back. He seems to now realize, he seems to now remember that Summers has those ribs taped, and now he's just, I don't even know what to call that, folks. He's just walking all over him, taking advantage of whatever opportunity he has. As now he's just going to focus his attention on the lower back and the ribs of the champion, inflicting more and more damage, and that could definitely work to his advantage, because the more pain he inflicts as he now just stomping down on the champion, but the more pain he inflicts on those ribs and lower back could prove to be a problem for CJ, and that could be the advantage that Dan McGuire needs in this match to become the champion. He goes for a leading pin, but only gets a 2 count. As now Dan McGuire with a single leg Boston Crab. Now you notice the placement and how he's pulling back in the leg. That creates a lot of pressure in that lower back. Once again, affecting his ribs and his lower back, working him over. And you can see CJ is in a lot of pain as now Dan McGuire seems to have shifted his focus to the knee. But once again, he's back to the ribs, just stomping down on the midsection of CJ, just dropping elbow and dropping knee after knee. Taking his opportunity again to pose to the crowd as he hooks the near leg, only gets a 2 count as CJ gets that left shoulder off the mat. Dan McGuire is once again going back to the ribs as now he has him in almost a camel clutch. He doesn't quite have the arms hooked. It's more of a reverse chin lock, but the way he was pulling back on CJ's chin, you could see him wrenching down on that back, creating more pressure, and that's got to be very painful for the champion. Once again, he's going back to that move. It's a good wear-down hold, and it's good strategy on Dan McGuire's part. He's just inflicting more and more pain as he keeps pulling back, but now Summers gets to his knees. That takes away the pressure, negates the pressure on the lower back, as he now fires off elbows into McGuire's stomach. He ducks the clothesline from McGuire. Now McGuire hanging on. Well, I guess Dan McGuire got introduced to the inverted atomic drop as he thought he'd be a little creative by hanging onto the pavilion there. And CJ just yanks him down into an inverted atomic drop. And now once again, Dan McGuire buying time on the outside of the ring. That was an inventive move on CJ's part, as now CJ's chasing McGuire out of the ring. As you now see, they're fighting their way back up the aisle. CJ just grabs him by the head, throwing McGuire back into the ring. Now CJ he's gained the advantage in this matchup, firing off a right hand on McGuire, sending him into the ropes. The pace is now quickening, but McGuire once again drop kicking CJ in the back. And now as you can see, the champion is clutching his ribs and his lower back. He's in a lot of pain, folks. That could be it. McGuire hooks the far leg, but only gets a 2 count as CJ fires that shoulder off the mat. McGuire's now, as you can tell, is getting a little frustrated here. He thinks by doing moves like that as he once again walks over the back, dropping 2 forearms in the lower back of CJ. And again, off the ropes, driving those forearms into the lower back of Summers. As he once again grabs the far leg, only getting a 2 count as CJ just gets that left shoulder off the mat, keeping this matchup going. Now just standing on the lower back of the champion, taunting the fans, while he has time, of course. Drops another knee into the lower back. This could be it for Summers here. I mean, he's inflicting a lot of pain, a lot of suffering on CJ there. But McGuire once again only getting the 2 count. He is hooking the leg, but that just shows you how much heart, how much determination, how much courage that CJ has. He's able to kick out of that. But now McGuire's ascending the ropes. Again, taking his time, talking to the referee. He's setting himself up first. Misses the leg drop, landing right on his rear end, and as you can tell, that had to hurt. And now CJ does regain himself, firing off with a right hand, scooping up McGuire, but due to that lower back, as you can tell, he couldn't even hold McGuire in the air, just falling back. He's in a lot of pain, folks. He couldn't even hold McGuire up, not even to hold him up to scoop him into a body slam, nothing. The pain in his back has got to be immense. So immense to the fact that he couldn't even hold another man, even the size of Dan McGuire, who is rather one of our smaller competitors. He couldn't even hold him up in the air because of the pain that he's suffering from in his lower back and his rib cage area. Now McGuire once again just taunting. He's taunting the champion, just slapping on the back of the head, and once again just stomping away on the lower back and the ribs. And he's now setting up the champion, fires him off the ropes, hits him with a back elbow, sending the champion back down to the mat. But you notice when he hit the mat hard, he's once again clutching the lower back, just showing that he's in so much pain. It doesn't even seem like he's going to even have an opportunity to recover in this match. Now Dan McGuire seems to be taking his time. He's a little agitated at the referee, giving him the business. I think McGuire missed a golden opportunity there to go for the cover, as Dan McGuire tried to lift up CJ for the body slam, but he fell back this time, much like the champion did earlier. And now CJ's firing off with right hands. Now he sends him off the ropes with a back body drop. Now he seems to be gaining the offensive momentum in this matchup that he needs. Once again, going for almost into some type of body slam pile driver combination. But as you can see, he can't even take advantage of that. That gave him an opportunity to recover a little bit, maybe get his wind back. But it's got to be so hard for the champion to breathe in this matchup. With the pain in his ribs and the pain in his lower back, it's got to be hard for him to even take a full breath. As now CJ's back to his feet, blocks the right hand from McGuire, fires off another one. But McGuire once again kicking him into the midsection and just snapping him down, sending him crashing into the mat with a thunderous DDT. That could be it. But McGuire now taking his time, figures he's got time to pose. He's wasting a golden opportunity here to cover the champion. He's missing his opportunity to become champion, as he now just drops a headbutt into the chest. Off the ropes, once again dropping another head into the chest. He's got to go for the cover here. He's wasting way too much time. You're not going to win a championship like that, where you just waste as much time as you want. As now he's ascending the ropes once again, showing that, he's all right. He's setting him up, coming off the ropes, going for another headbutt, but he misses because he took way too much time. He just took way too much time ascending the ropes, trying to hit Summers with another headbutt. But CJ, being the smart ring veteran that he is, rolls out of the way. Now he's firing off with right hands once again, sending McGuire off the ropes, going for the back body drop. McGuire leaps over, hitting CJ in the back, but CJ reverses it. Now he hooks both legs. And there you have it, folks. CJ Summer reverses the sunset flip, hooking both legs of Dan McGuire. And he is the winner of this matchup, and he is still the ACWA heavyweight champion. But you gotta believe that he is in so much pain that was the last bit of energy that he could dig out, showing the determination that he had, hooking the legs of Dan McGuire and retaining the ACWA heavyweight championship. We're seeing a little sign of sportsmanship here as the referee raises CJ's hand. And CJ extends his hand, in a sign of sportsmanship to Dan McGuire, but Dan McGuire just slaps it away. We're out of time, folks. Don't forget to tune in next week for some more great wrestling action. Check us out on the web at www.acwawrestling.com. If you have any suggestions or questions for us, write to us at acwa-nj@juno.com. Don't forget to tune in next week. Good night, everyone.